What's up, guys? Welcome back to Military Insider. Today is Monday, September 29th, and it's that time of the year. It's September, and we probably will face a government shutdown. Let's see what we got, and let's see how this could affect the troops and families. So here's how looming government shutdown could affect troops and families. All right, so a possible partial government shutdown next week could delay this week could delay military paychecks and affect all the programs and services for troops and families. I think we see this every single year. I don't know, they cannot get it together up there at the Senate and the House to pass the funding bill every single fiscal year, and it's becoming a normal, I guess, for these guys. Let's continue reading. Some defense agencies are dusting off previous guidance for operations during such a shutdown in preparations as they wait for further guidance. Meanwhile, House lawmakers are pushing for specific legislation to guarantee military pay during government shutdowns. I'm gonna let you know who's gonna be working, what programs will be affected. So stay with me in a bit, okay? Give me a couple of minutes. Let's continue on. It says if the House and Senate don't approve a short-term extension of funding levels by September 30th, tomorrow, it could force a partial shutdown of most government activities on October 1st. So they need to reach an agreement, a funding agreement, by tomorrow, Tuesday, September 30th at midnight. So by 12:01 midnight, for Wednesday, if they cannot get a funding agreement, we will have a government shutdown. Lawmakers are at a stalemate and are out of town this week. Senators are scheduled to return September 29th, which is today. On Tuesday, President Donald Trump canceled a meeting scheduled for this week with House and Senate Democrat leaders. So this report came out last week. So Trump canceled the meeting that he had with the Democrats leader last week, and they are meeting up today. Actually, they met at 3 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure nothing was done as usual, right? So a shutdown will only hurt the most vulnerable in our country, our seniors, our vets, our military families, and increasing security for members of Congress, which is something this White House and administration supports, said the White House Press Secretary Karen Leavitt during a September 22nd briefing with reporters. At publication time, no new guidance for operations during a shutdown have been issued by the Office of Management and Budget or by the defense official. These organizations are the one that send out the payments for all the federal employees. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's talk about the military personnel. So this is very important because I know I have a lot of subscribers that are military personnel or vets, and they really need to know this information. So as of right now, active duty troops, including reserve component personnel on federal active duty, will be required to continue to report for duty in the event of a shutdown, but their paycheck would stop until a new funding deal is reached based on previous guidance. So pretty much your payment for October 1st will be held back, and you might see a delay on the payment if they don't reach an agreement. Okay, so military retirees and attendants will continue to receive their pay. So retirees, I'm assuming VA, because VA they are funded a year in advance, so they will not see any hiccups or issues with their payments, which is funded from a different source. That's what I was telling you. So Representative Jen Keegan's Republican for Virginia has introduced legislation to ensure that troops, including the Coast Guard, would continue receiving pay and benefits in the event of a government shutdown. That authority would continue until regular appropriations are based into law or until January 1st, 2027. To date, 56 lawmakers have signed on to support the proposed Pay Our Troops Act of 2026. The bipartisan push also will guarantee pay allowances for civilian personnel at the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security who directly support service members and contractors providing mission essential support to service members. Let's see. Civilians defense workers, Sorry, guys. There you go. Unlike troops, not all civilian defense staffers would be required to keep working in the event of a shutdown. So pretty much, they're not going to be required to show up to work if they're not if there's not a funding agreement. DoD civilian personnel who aren't necessary to carry out support expected activities are furloughed. Only the minimum number of civilian employees necessary to carry out those activities will be accepted from furlough. Military medical. This is very important as well. Previously, inpatient care in DoD medical treatment facility was expected from shutdown. Critical medical and dental outpatient care was expected in medical and dental facilities. Elective surgery and other elective procedures were not expected and could be postponed or canceled during shutdown. This is very important as well. For the guys that have kids on childcare and MWR, in the past, Defense Department officials have said childcare would be decided base by base, depending on installation, staffing, and demands. Family may not know if their DoD childcare facility will remain open until a shutdown happens. So you're not going to know about it until tomorrow night, pretty much. DoD schools. Previously, schools around the world operated by the Department of Defense Education Activity have been allowed to continue education of children during a shutdown. However, sporting events and extracurricular activities, including sport practices, weren't expected and could only continue if they were fully funded by non-appropriated fund. Commissaries. Military groceries stores should not be affected unless the shutdown lasts several months. Defense Working Capital Fund activities, which include the Defense Commissary Agency, were previously allowed to continue to operate until cash reserves were exhausted. And this is the one that I was telling you guys. This is very important. Unlike the Defense Department, most veteran affairs officers are funded a year in advance. So you guys, the retirees and retirees are getting VA benefits and VA pension, this will not be affected. Let's see what... Let's take a look at what Vice President Vance had to say about the government shutdown.
Well, look, we don't want to shut down the government, Martha, but it's really up to the Democrats. Under our system, you need 60 Senate Democrats to vote for the clean continuing resolution that the President and House Republicans have put forward.
So they're talking about the CR, the continuing resolution. They need 67 Democrats to vote to pretty much to keep the government open. And they have some serious demand, and the Republicans are not budging at all to make an agreement.
I think it's preposterous, Martha. I think the American people really should pay attention to the fact that Democrats are threatening to shut down the entire government because they want to give hundreds of billions of dollars of health care benefits to illegal aliens.
That's one of the main points here. I mean, one of the key points here about the Republicans not budging for the Democrats' demands is they want to give illegal aliens full health care benefits. That's, I don't know, that's a little bit, I want to say it's a little off, I think it's really bad. I mean, we're trying to get out of debt as a nation, and then they're trying to get health insurance and health care to illegal aliens while we'll try to deport them all back to their country of origin.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a political party actually advertising the fact that they want to shut down every essential function of government, and they want to use that as leverage so that they get more money for illegal alien health care benefits.
So there you go. That's pretty much a threat the Democrat Party is trying to put out to the Republican. We're going to shut it down if you guys don't give us our demands, and they're not budging. Either side, they're not budging at all. I think they should come together and try at least to keep the government open or request an extension just to keep these federal employees on continue working, so their payments won't get affected. Let's see what the Senate leader John Thune he posted on X about 2 hours ago. We're just one Senate roll call vote away from keeping the government's lights on. If Democrats would only agree, we can pass the bill at any time and spare the American people all the problems that come with government shutdown. So this is what he posted around 2 hours ago on X. And then let's take a look at Speaker Mike Johnson about 3 hours. ago. This is the House Speaker. Republicans voted to keep the government open almost 2 weeks ago. We sent our totally clean, no partisan, short-term funding bill to the Senate. Now, Democrats want to shut down the American government over a list of new partisan spending demands totaling $1.5 trillion. Included in their demand is restoring free American taxpayer-funded benefits to non-Americans. The American people deserve an open government that puts U.S. citizens first. So this is a picture he posted on X. It says Democrats are demanding these things or they will shut down the government. So according to Mike Johnson, these are the Democrats' demand. Free taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens. $500 million for liberal news outlets and other partisan priorities. A massive $1.3 trillion spending hike. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know your position in this. I think this is something that we kind of see every other year. I can't recall if we had a government shutdown or a potential government shutdown last year. So if these demands are true, I think they a little bit off the roof, if you ask me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think we should keep the government open. I think these two parties, they need to come together at some point tonight or tomorrow night or maybe all day tomorrow and try to get it done, because this is definitely not helping the American people. Definitely is not helping the working Americans. Definitely is not helping a civilian workforce that works for the Department of Defense and federal department. And they need to get it done. They need to get it done quickly. They need to put their differences to the side and work for us, the American people. Okay, I'll give you guys another update tomorrow to see how everything is going. But as of right now, we are looking to a government shutdown effective Wednesday, October 1st. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe.